Hi, welcome to Advanced English with Steve UK, and I'm Steve. Now, at advanced and proficiency levels, you need to know phrasal verbs. You need them for the speaking part of the exams, the reading and use of English, listening, and of course, writing. In this video, you're going to see and hear about 50 advanced phrasal verbs which are related to feelings and emotions. At the end of the video, I'll give you a code so that you can download the video for free from my website. So make sure that you watch through until the end. Okay, let's go.
Feel up to feel physically and mentally strong enough to do something. Oh, I'm tired. I don't feel up to going to work today. She didn't feel up to laughing at his silly jokes. To be into something is to like and be very interested in something or an activity. She's really into yoga these days. I'm really into this book. Be over somebody or something. To have recovered from a relationship with someone or from something. He seems to be over her and the divorce. She never got over the death of her father. To bear up is to deal with a very sad or difficult situation in a brave and determined way. He's still upset, of course, but he's bearing up. He found it hard to bear up after she left him. Bogged down, to not move forward or improve, to become so involved in the details of something that you cannot achieve anything. She's bogged down in an unhappy relationship she can't get out of. He'd be a more efficient manager if he delegated and didn't get so bogged down in all the details. To blow up is to lose one's temper. It's an explosion of anger. He has such a short fuse. He blew up at everyone when things didn't go his way. A row is blowing up over the government's introduction of the new policy. To bowl over is to surprise or please someone a lot by being very beautiful, talented, impressive, unexpected. To bowl over, she burst on the scene in 2020 and bowled people over with her talent. He was bowled over to receive the invitation. To break down. If a person breaks down or has a breakdown, they're overwhelmed by emotion. He broke down when he learned of his father's death. She couldn't cope with the increased workload and broke down. Brim over. To have or show a lot of good emotion or good quality. She's brimming over with enthusiasm at her new appointment. He brimmed over with joy at the birth of his son. Burst out. If you burst out laughing or crying, you suddenly start to laugh or cry. When I told him what you said, he burst out laughing. She was so relieved at the news, she burst into tears. To catch on is to understand what is meant or how to do something. It took him a while to catch on how to use his new phone. she didn't catch on to the implications at first.
To cave in is to agree to something that you were against before, after someone has persuaded you or threatened you. Her boss caved in and gave her the pay rise after she threatened to resign. She only has to smile sweetly at him and he caves in. To cheer up, to make someone feel happier and less miserable. You need a good holiday to cheer you up. When her son arrived at her bedside, she cheered up considerably. Choke back, to force yourself not to show your feelings. Determined not to show him that she felt anything for him, she choked back her tears. He felt angry, but choked back his response. To choke up, to become tearful or overcome with strong emotion. The ending of the film was so sad that I choked up. I was so choked up by his kindness, I was lost for words. To clam up is to become silent or to refuse to speak about something, usually because you're shy or afraid. I don't know what happened between them. When I ask her, she just clams up. They wouldn't say who was to blame. When asked, they all clammed up. To coast along. To do only the things that you have to do without trying to go faster or be more successful. She could get promotion if she tried, but she's happy just to coast along. He's always coasted along contentedly through life, not wanting much. To come across. To seem to be a certain type of person. I'm surprised that he got into a fight. He always comes across as such a gentle guy. I know she comes across as being hard, but really, she has a heart of gold. Come over. If a feeling comes over you, it suddenly affects you in a strong way. I suddenly came over dizzy and thought I was going to faint. He's not usually like that. I don't know what came over him. Count on. To need someone or something for support or help. To depend on someone or something. Ask him. He's helped me in the past. You can count on him for good advice. She always counts on her dad to help her out when she's short of money. To cut through, to be able to deal with the problems or bureaucracy quickly. She always manages to cut through the complicated stuff to get at the facts. You need someone to help you cut through all the irritating legal jargon. To dwell on is to keep thinking or talking about something, especially something bad or unpleasant. She should move on rather than dwelling on what went wrong in her marriage. He dwells on his past successes instead of dealing with his present challenges. To ease off or ease up. To start to work less or to do things with less energy. You're working too hard. You should ease up a bit. He's eased off a lot since he had the accident. To face up to. To accept that a difficult or unpleasant situation exists. You just have to face up to the fact that she's not coming back. Move on. I wonder when she'll face up to reality and accept that she's never going to be a star. Fall about. To laugh without being able to stop. When I told my dad what you said, he just fell about laughing. Did you watch the latest episode? So funny. I just fell about. To fall apart. To lose control of emotions and behaviour and be unable to continue in the usual way. His life fell apart when his wife died. When his partner went off with his best friend, he fell apart. To fall for someone. To feel strong romantic feelings for someone. They are so different. Everyone was surprised when they fell for each other. She always seems to fall for older men. To fall for something is to be tricked into believing something that is not true. He told me that he owned a large yacht, and I fell for it. The website promised he would get rich quickly. He fell for it. Fall out with, fall out over, is to have a quarrel and end a friendship. They're not speaking. They've fallen out over where to go on holiday. She's fallen out with her parents because they don't approve of her new boyfriend. To fathom out. To understand something or someone complicated or mysterious. I've never been able to fathom out why she's attracted to him. He said that the film was frustrating. It was hard to figure out the plot and ending. Fight back. To try hard not to show an emotion or to try hard not to let your emotions control what you do. She couldn't fight back her tears when he told her he was seeing another woman. I found it hard to fight back my anger at his attitude. To figure out. To reach an understanding of a person's actions, motives, or personality. I can't figure out what he wants. He says one thing, but seems to mean another. He says he can't figure her out. He gives her everything she asks for, but she's still unhappy. To fit in with. To live, work in an easy, comfortable, natural way with people or a group. She can't fit in with her colleagues at work because they're all so much younger. I liked him as soon as I met him, and I knew he'd fit in with all my mates. To flare up. If someone flares up, they suddenly become very angry. He's great when things are going well, but he flares up as soon as there's a problem. She flared up at him when she found out that he hadn't changed the baby's nappy. Fling oneself into. To fling oneself into is to start to spend a lot of time and energy doing something. She's so enthusiastic and flings herself into whatever task she's given. He knew nothing about the subject, but flung himself into learning. To flirt with is to talk and behave towards someone in a way that you hope is attractive, often sexually attractive. I think she's hoping for a promotion,
judging by the way she flirts with the boss. His marriage won't last. He flirts with anyone in a skirt. Fly into. If someone flies into a particular state, such as a rage, temper or panic, they're suddenly in that state. He flies into a rage at the slightest provocation. She couldn't find her passport and flew into a panic. To get a word in, and get a word in edgeways. To not be able to say anything because someone else is talking all the time. If you'd let me get a word in, I have a couple of ideas to solve the problem. Much as I like her, once you start stalking, you can never get a word in edgeways. To get away with is to do something wrong and not be punished for it. He speaks to the boss so rudely, I don't know how he gets away with it. Her kids are so badly behaved, she lets them get away with murder. And that's not meant literally. To get down to is to begin to do or give serious attention to something. If you're ready, let's get down to business. She's fond of saying what she's going to do, but she never gets down to it. To get off on the wrong foot. This is an idiom. To start something, including a relationship, badly. He got off on the wrong foot with his boss when he beat him at golf. I got off on the wrong foot with her by knocking her cup of tea all over her desk. To get on like a house on fire. Another idiom. To have a very good relationship. We discovered that we both had similar backgrounds and got on like a house on fire. It's funny, they're so different, yet they get on like a house on fire. To get on with is to like someone and enjoy spending time with them. Our political views are very different, but we've always got on very well. He's so popular, he gets on with everyone. To get out of doing something. To avoid doing something that you do not want to do, or to escape responsibility for something. He got out of the meeting by pretending he had stomachache. She always manages to get out of doing playground duties. To get out of your mind. To make yourself stop thinking about something. I can't get what he said to me out of my mind. She still has nightmares. She can't get the scene of the fire out of her mind. To get someone down. To cause one to feel saddened, depressed, discouraged or dejected. To make one feel exasperated. He's never satisfied. He really gets me down. Her mother is always interfering. It really gets me down. To get through to someone is to succeed in making someone understand or believe something. We can't afford a new car, but I can't get through to him. She finally got through to him that she wasn't interested. To get to somebody is to annoy or upset someone. She really got to me. The way she talked about him was awful. He gets to everyone at the club by constantly boasting about how good he is at everything. To get up to something is to do something, often something that other people would disapprove of. I'm not sure what he's up to, but you can bet that it's illegal. She said that her neighbours were up to something strange as people were coming and going all night. To get it together, or get your act together. To start to organise yourself so that you can do things in an effective way. If he doesn't get it together, he'll lose his job. If you don't get your act together and start studying, you'll fail the exam.
I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Remember, you can download the video for free, and here's the code. So just follow the link in the description and enter the code at the checkout, and then you won't have to pay. See you again soon. Bye for now.